What's up, Leo? Welcome to your March 2021 general reading. This is going to be for you, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. But of course, it's not going to resonate with everybody, so definitely check out your other placements, okay? Welcome to Pisces season. Right now, we are dealing with 8th house energies for you guys, which has a lot to do with death, transformation, regeneration, sex, right? It's all the things that are connected to Scorpio energy this month on the table for you. And judging by your cards, I can see that there's a lot shifting right now. You guys have a Tower card, World, and Strength in terms of your major arcanas, which I'm okay with this. I will say this feels like this has a lot to do, like following up with that Aquarius season, especially having to do with friends and your friendships, okay? Now, Mars just went into Gemini on the 3rd of this month, which for you guys has everything to do with your 11th house, which is your friends, your social causes, community, humanitarian things. It's all of that Aquarius energy. And for you guys this month, and not only this month, next month as well, there's gonna be a lot of emphasis on your friendships. Some of you guys, it feels like maybe in Aquarius season when we were all collectively dealing with 11th house things, there was some shifting going on in your friendship dynamics, okay? And really this month, it seems like there's going to be some more shifting. Now, if you are already in a really great place with your friends, this feels like this is a great time for you. You know what I mean? You only go up from here if you've done the work of really kind of filtering through, who works for you and who doesn't, who's there for you, who isn't, that type of thing. If there are still some people in your circle that maybe don't have your best interest at heart, that's going to be coming to the table with this Mars in Gemini. It was just in Taurus, which is more of a slow energy, steady but slow. Mars in Gemini really picks up things. Things start to move faster, and it's a great time for communicating and saying things to people that maybe we've been holding off on, right? So if there's been conversations that you need to have, this is a time where most likely you guys are going to be addressing a lot of things. What else? I think that's the most important thing. Oh, we're going to be having a full moon in Libra at the end of the month. I want to say on the 28th, which has everything to do with your 3rd house. So a lot about how you think, how you process information. Even some of you guys maybe even receiving certain information or messages. This also has a lot to do with siblings or like your close connections, your neighbors, your close tight community, right? So all of that is coming to the table for you guys. Let's see where this takes us. So bottom of the deck, you got the 8 of Pentacles. I do love to see this because at the end of the day, it feels like work is going good, money's going good, money's growing. Even if you don't quite feel that, or even if you can't quite see that, I do feel like you are on the right track in terms of your finances, which is really, really good. This also has a lot to do with doing personal work on yourself and kind of keeping tunnel vision, right? Keeping your head out of drama, away from people who kind of bring more turbulence into your life, and really focusing on you and your work at this time. Now, you guys, it opens up with the Tower card. So we've got the Tower, the 3 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. So you got Mars energy here with the Tower, right? Again, I feel like this has a lot to do with like certain friendships or connections that you guys have that maybe things are taking a turn. And I say that too because it's next to the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is about celebration, yes. It is about joy, yes. Happiness, serendipity, all those things. It's also about friendships. And that being so close to the Tower card, and in between the Tower and the 5 of Cups, where we've got someone who has seemingly suffered a loss, right? Someone who's sad about something, someone who's a little disturbed about something. I can't help but feel like this goes back to what I was talking to you about in that Mars in Gemini energy. Now, the Tower is a sudden change, right? It can be something that's unexpected. It's not always bad though. Actually, I never feel like it's bad. At the end of the day, it's never bad. You feel me? So even if it feels bad, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's sad, it's never a bad thing. It's like a necessary thing. It's like a necessary thing for the universe to be like, hey girl, I handled this for you since you couldn't, type deal. it's always about clearing out the things that don't work for you, right? Because you can't keep building a large tower on a shaky ass foundation. And that's really what it's about, right? You got the 10 of air. Yes, honey, universe is putting a stop to something. 10 of air person is 10 of swords. 10 of swords, you know, you've got someone who is literally laying on the ground with 10 swords in their back, right? This is someone who's been lied to, betrayed, hurt. Maybe this is someone who's been verbally attacked, right? Because swords are communication as well. Like this could be like people talking down on you like you're fucking crazy or stupid, that type of thing. In this deck, we have all these skulls. So it's essentially a death to something. I really feel like something is being cut out, but literally it's for the best. And we do have the world card, which is in your environment, which we'll get into in a minute. But this is, it's almost, it feels like a trade-off, right? And this happens every so often, you know, where there's almost like, yo, if you want to go to the next level, if you're trying to up your game and step up here, if you're trying to have this, that, and the third, then you kind of have to clear these energies, or realizing that everybody can't come with you. And that's really what it feels like. This is an energy of everybody cannot come with you. Look at the bottom of the deck, we've got the queen, or I'm sorry, the 10 of water, which is 10 of cups. So again, it feels like a trade-off. It's like there's an end to a situation, but from it, you were able to gain so much happiness because maybe it was something that just stressed you out, or, you know, made you feel insecure, made you doubt yourself. Maybe you felt like it, you know, whatever the thing could be, right? Because this is general and, you know, fill in your own blank, but there's almost this trade-off that happens. And it may have already happened. Actually, it maybe even happened during that Virgo full moon we had at the end of February, but that was in the beginning of Pisces season, right? Full moons have a way of clearing out energy. Full moons have a way of kind of wrapping things up and tossing them out, right? Listen. I love when the cards do what they're supposed to do. Listen, okay, you got the Judgment card that's clarifying the 3 of Cups. Like I said, it feels like you look, a friend, something. There's a judgment call to be made. Now, judgment for me is kind of like that cross between like Libra and Scorpio energy, because you get both like the decision making and kind of like where the justice comes in, right? Aspect of it with the Libra energy, and then you get the death, which also means a rebirth. We're talking about the Scorpio energy, and the Judgment card kind of encompasses all that. It is connected to Pluto energy though, so Scorpio. But there's a judgment call that you guys are going to be making, and it could be with siblings, it could be with friends, it could be with someone who you held near and dear. And it doesn't mean that there has to be like this elaborate, oh, I'm cutting you off and I'm telling everybody on fucking Instagram about it because you're a bitch. No, it doesn't have to be that at all. This could just be even a death to how you handle certain situations, or how you go about certain relationships. You know, maybe this is someone that you were super close with, but due to things happening, you see that, okay, no, you're not the friend I could tell my business to. Maybe you're a friend that I can go and have a drink with every once and again. It could be something like that too. Everyone is going to be different, but the wheel is turning, my dear. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here at the bottom of the deck. So this is about the karmic wheel. And it seems like this is a place where their karma is coming to them for whatever, right? Now, although this seems like this is the necessary thing to do, that doesn't mean it's easy, right? Sometimes it's hard to let go of people and things, even if we know that they aren't the best for us, right? And that's where that 5 of Cups kind of comes in. This is about someone who's dwelling more on the past instead of looking at their bright future and realizing there's 2 cups right here. So whether this is you having to break up with somebody that you're in like a romantic relationship with, or maybe having to break up or separate yourself from friends or dear ones, understand that those 3 cups that are tipped over, there's a trade-off. You get 2 cups, you know, if you want them, if you're paying attention. So you guys might find that this month you're spending more time alone. Just be careful with that, because we are in Pisces season, which is a very emotional time. Like collectively, people are going to be a little bit more in their feelings this month, right? It's a season that's connected to spirituality and God and karma and your undoing and dreams and all those things. So be easy on yourself. understand astrologically it's the time. It's kind of that time for the filtering out. We're about to start our astrological new year with Aries season. These are all really good things. So you got the Hermit card that's clarifying that Five of Cups. So again, if you need time this month to really spend time by yourself, kind of collect your thoughts, do it. Like, by all means. Just be mindful that in your time alone, you aren't leaning more towards that Five of Cups energy of feeling sad and guilty and depressed, and really kind of leaning more towards the Virgo energy of, you know what, I'm going to find what works for me. I'm going to be alone so that I can get very still, get very clear on what it is that I want, how I see my life going, right? The Virgo follows their own wisdom. They're very wise. And the Hermit as well. Like, the Hermit is the person who goes alone to solitude to figure out the next step. And it's interesting that that Virgo card comes out because, again, it feels like this isn't something that's new right now. This feels like, again, this could have, for a lot of you, maybe happened more around that Virgo full moon that happened February, I want to say 27th, somewhere around there. So it might be resonating to you if there was like some shifts happening in your friendships or your close connections with whoever around that time. Also Virgo energy. So we got Virgo energy, we've got Scorpio energy, Cancer, Pisces. We've got Mars energy. So it's that more Scorpio and Aries. Yeah, it could be anybody, but if it's resonating with you, then you know who it is, right? Nine of Water. Now, next we've got the World card clarifying by Nine of Water or Nine of Cups. The World card is a card that speaks to travel, right? It's also a card that speaks to, just like the Wheel of Fortune, turning over a new leaf, leveling up. Like, it's the beginning or the end of a cycle and the beginning of another major new one. The World card is the last card in the major arcana, right? So naturally what it would do is go to the Fool card, which is implying that there's new beginnings ahead of you. And with the Nine of Water, you know, that's Jupiter and Pisces energy. Hey, my Jupiter's in Pisces. Anyways, that's Jupiter and Pisces energy, and that's really about you and what makes you happy, right? The Nine of Cups person is someone who is satisfied with their life as it is, independent of anybody and anything else, right? They don't need anybody else. This is someone who is emotionally fulfilled on their own. So I do feel like, especially if you are someone who's finding yourself being really sad about having to make some serious cuts in your life, the trade-off for it is so much greater. Things are going to start moving, opportunities coming towards you. Because for some of you, I'm not going to lie, it feels like almost things were kept from you or opportunities were kept from you because the energy that not necessarily you were carrying around, but the energy that you were enabling to be around you, or like just going with the flow of, or just even allowing it to be in your presence, right? You ever have a frenemy and it's like the second y'all stop fucking with each other, things just start happening, things just start clicking, opportunities start coming, or like an ex, same thing. That's what this feels like. So again, there does feel like there's this trade-off in a sense, but trust me, it's so much better than you could believe. So I understand being sad about it, but yo, you got some cool shit coming up. Now, Seven of Cups is next, which is about options. It's also about needing to get very clear. Whenever we see Seven of Cups, we see cups that are, you know, have all these different things in them, and they're surrounded by clouds. Clouds kind of equal confusion. So whenever I see the Seven of Cups, it's like a message to me like, yo, girl, get clear. What is it that you want? Because whatever it is that you want, you can have, especially with this Ace of Earth. That's Ace of Pentacles. That's new beginnings that are stable. This is money coming in. This is possibly, you know, planting new seeds in either a relationship or a job. This could even be job elevation. So again, it's almost as if as soon as you kind of, you know, let go the dusty energy that's trying to hold on to you for dear life, you open yourself up to new things, and you can really have what you want, but you got to get clear. Also, This month, since we are in Pisces season, it's really important that you guys are using and trusting your intuition, especially after the new moon. I've been telling everybody now, the new moon will be on the 13th of this month. So especially after that, around the 15th, when Mercury moves into Pisces, intuition is going to trump logic, right? So, and I'm a Libra, so I like balance. I don't like to do too much on either side. Like, try to have a healthy balance of both, but you can't, whatever it is that you're up against, and this kind of goes for everybody, this isn't something that just logic can give you the answer for. This is something you're going to have to like really like reach in there and pull out with your intuition. Okay. Last card. Love it, right? Strength card. This is you, right? This is connected to Leo energy, but this is also about having strength. This is also about, and not the masculine strength. It's like the strength that you would find in the divine feminine. It's about having that gentle push. It's about being stern, but not too pushy. It's about getting what you want, but almost in a not forceful way, but like really standing your ground. The strength card also implies that there's something that you need strength for. So again, this month is going to be quite emotional. There may be some, some moments where you feel like you get your feelings hurt, but a star card here shows that there is hope and healing that comes from it. There is wishes coming true that comes from it. Now, you got the star card and the 9 of Cups, which the 9 of Cups is like the minor arcana to the major of the star card, because both of them talk about wish fulfillment, right? But there's something you got to give up, or there's somebody you got to give up because they're not good for you. The Fool card. New beginnings. What did I say? It's like you guys are about to take off on something brand new, but it's you gotta kind of let somebody go or let something go. Now, again, this month might be a little hard emotionally, but there is a lot of hope and healing that can come from it. With the Star card, there is that hope and healing, right? There is that wish fulfillment. There is even being seen. This talks about being seen. So those of you guys who maybe have been trying to, get more of a following or get more, I don't know, depending on what you do or what your aspirations are, these are things coming to you that you've been wanting. But it's really, really important this month and going into Aries season that you're clearing away energies that don't work for you, and maybe making a game plan to do something different, especially if you were, let's say, working with this individual. There's some of you guys who are working with people who aren't good people for you to be working with. And I'm not talking about like you guys have a corporate job together. I'm talking about you guys doing personal entrepreneurial like projects, and something seems slippery, just so you know. Now, you got the Villain card, which is really interesting. It says you can always rewrite the story. And I've never picked this card for someone yet, but it's so crazy that I did because it really kind of goes with that, right? This card is really interesting because it kind of speaks to, keeping it real. We've all grown up watching movies where the hero always wins, but keeping it real, sometimes the villain wins. I mean, did we not all watch Thanos completely fuck up Earth, right? He won. Like he won. He accomplished exactly what he was trying to do, right? So sometimes the villain does win. But that doesn't mean that the story stops there, and you can still make a plan to do something different. So again, especially for those of you guys who may have been working with someone or something, okay, maybe they did something shady, or maybe they were able to get away with something, but that doesn't mean your story stops there. It doesn't mean you have to continue to work with them. It doesn't mean that you need them in order to move forward. It just means you got to get a little creative and rewrite your story. Okay. Now, 2 of these Whispers of Love cards came out, which this one, relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. Who got that? I believe it was Gemini. I believe Gemini got this card this month. So if you guys are done with a Gemini, you might want to check out their reading, or if you have Gemini placements, right? looking at relationship patterns, and not just in romantic relationships, looking at your patterns of like the types of friends you choose, right? The types of things you have yourself around, right? Although when we get hurt by certain people, it is hard to accept sometimes, you know, I found that whenever I get hurt by people or I feel betrayed by people, what actually helps me is to look at the situation and kind of take ownership for the part that I play in it. Um, because we all play a part, period. I don't care who it is. I don't care what the circumstances are. I've had hella bad shit happen to me, but you know what? I allowed it. And that is the part that I played in it, because I'm not a tree. I could have gotten up. I could have moved. I could have walked away from the situation, that type of thing. So in pulling this relationship patterns card, it kind of feels like that. Like, yo, looking back at the relationships that you build, the kind of people that you attract in your life, and what does that on a bigger scale say about you, right? Why is it that you are aligning with certain people? And that's when we can kind of start to do the internal work, and then you start to see how things shift, okay? But there's that first initial accountability of, how do I keep jumping in these types of relationships, that we have to take first. You've also got express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. Now, I just pulled this card today. What is that? Scorpio. Scorpio got this card. So if you may be dealing with Scorpio. If we are not talking about romantic relationships, this could be speaking to some of you guys who maybe you're dating someone and their love language is gift giving, right? So being a little mindful, and kind of flexing and trying more in that way. I was telling Scorpio, this doesn't mean you have to break the bank and spend a bunch of money on people, on things. It could be little things, like remembering to, like, while you're out, go, oh, let me stop by Starbucks and get some coffee for him or her or whatever, stuff like that. It's really just about being mindful, and even just like the little gift givings really mean something, because it just lets the other person know that, oh damn, they thought about me. You also got attracting, not chasing. It says anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. I know that's right. That's pretty self-explanatory. And look, there you guys are. There's a lion right there. I've never noticed that in this card. So attracting, not chasing, being what it is that you want, because that's how you get it back. If you want love, you got to be love. Whatever it is that you want, you kind of got to be that, because that's the law of attraction. It's really about attracting, not chasing. And whenever we try too hard to effort at something, a lot of times it just ends up going the other way. 3 cards came out. I took them all. You got I choose to learn through love. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. Yes. Going back to that villain card, if you guys have run up against an obstacle, if something has gone wrong in terms of a connection with someone, remember, you can rewrite your story. It doesn't mean that it's over. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. And then the last card you guys got is my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Yes. Right? So that's why it's important to kind of clear out the energy that's not working for you anymore, that just isn't for you anymore, right? Because your energy creates your reality. What you focus on will manifest, period. So I hope this is helpful. I love you guys so much. If you would like a personal reading, you can reach out to me at shesvibeytarot@gmail.com. Look at my about menu. Look at my about tab. I've got the menu of services and pricing right there, okay? If you'd like to schedule a live reading, you can do that yourself with the link that's provided below. So love you guys, and I will see you later.